we're meeting up at the gym and the coffee beforehand, you're bitching and moaning about, oh, it's been a hard day at work and stuff like this. I can sit there and talk to you beforehand. That's cool, no problem. But once it's time to start moving some weight, that's when the positivity needs to come in. So your attitude towards training needs to be, Henry Ford, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the exact quote, but along those lines. So in my opinion, that has to be the same thing. If you come into the gym thinking this is going to be a rubbish session today, with the chance it's going to be a rubbish session. So I'm quite focused on the positives, try and get yourself up for it, and also understand the impact you have of supporting someone else. So you touched on Jordan and Mikey cheering you on previously. So that's a really important point, isn't it? Because to someone else, you might be the Jordan and Mikey. To someone else, you might be that high-level athlete, that person who's moving really well, who they're looking at thinking, with the same body weight, with the same age, maybe in a year's time I can lift your numbers. So I think being aware of what you bring to the atmosphere is really important. So your attitude, the way you deal with other people, the standards you expect of yourself and other people is definitely an important point. Be accountable is a major one. I think be accountable when you've done well, and be accountable when you haven't done so well. I think we all have that default. I didn't have the perfect night's sleep last night. I didn't eat my usual pre-training meal. The traffic was bad. It was an extra 20 minutes. Definitely, absolutely, these can all be factors, but I think you have to be accountable for actually effort is the key one, isn't it? It's that I've seen athletes before struggling in a competition, and I've literally said to them, like, do you feel as if you're trying your hardest, your absolute hardest right now? Are you putting all your effort in? They've gone, no. I was like, if you're going to change one thing, just try hard. There are some days where the bar feels 20 kilos heavier than it is, and all you can do on those days is just try as hard as you possibly can.
You've actually said that to me in a competition before.
So there we go. So I'm still using the same quotes. But yeah, I think be accountable for your efforts, for your actions. If things go well in an individual sport, that's because of you, because of your hard work. If things don't go well, the chances are it'll be something missing. And I'm not saying that if you underperform in a competition, it's all your fault. But what I am saying is that is there anything you can fine tune, or something might just be a case of you've gone to your first big competition. It's a much bigger platform than you used to. There's 12 people in the group rather than 6, and you felt a bit nervous. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying you're a poor athlete, because I'm just saying that actually, what's the next step you need to take? Do more bigger competitions. And then have it in your mind so that actually the last competition I struggled at, it was a big one. Can I try and do a little bit better from this? So being accountable for your actions and stuff like that. Everyone's entitled to their own journey. I was chatting on the phone to someone about this morning, and I was just saying that it doesn't matter if you're a 3 times a week trainer, a 6 times a week trainer. Everyone's, I'd like to think, trying their best. Your circumstances may change. You moved further away, so you weren't able to come to the club so much. That will have an impact on the atmosphere, because you might be training in a commercial gym on your own more often. So I think understand that everyone's got their own journey, and that journey could be a month in the sport. It could be 10 years in the sport. And I think my philosophy on it is I'm trying to help people do as well as they can in the sport for as long as they want to be in it, and as long as they're trying their hardest, that works well for me. And there's another quote I can't remember who by, but never deter someone who's making slow progress, because it's still progress. And there'll be athletes out there. You talked about your being stuck on a 120 back squat for a while. There'll be athletes out there in every single sport who have plateaued, and all it takes is just working through that difficult period, and you get to the next stage. Your barefoot 50 miler, I'm sure there are points where you thought, I really need to stop now, and then you go, but if I just push through this period, I would get there. Same for yourself, pushing the tyre up. What mountain was it?
Pen y Fan.
Yeah.
I say it's a peak, but people say it's a mountain.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah. So again, there would have been times where you thought, I'm done now, and it's just like, just keep pushing, and you'll get there. So
do you think that